We're back with more team coverage of the hiring of Paul Chryst. News 3's Jessica R. spoke with several folks who were a part of Chryst's past days at UW.
They all describe him as a stabilizing force on the team when he played back in the mid-'80s during a time of uncertainty and some trouble for Badger football.
It was an era of Wisconsin football some might want to forget. There weren't many wins during the late 80s, but those who were on the field in those days are now remembering how then got us to now.
It just kind of comes full circle. You know, it was neat to see him have success elsewhere and success as a coordinator, but now as the head coach, you know, he gets to call the shots, and it's a friend.
Bud Keys competed for the quarterback spot with Paul Chryst during the mid-'80s, but when Gary Anderson stepped away from Wisconsin football last week, Keys says there was no competition.
First thing that came to my mind is, well, that's got to be Paul's job. He's next in line, I thought.
Paul brought consistency, I think, to our group.
Pete Noka was Chryst' teammate and roommate in college. He has a vivid memory coming out of the Camp Randall tunnel freshman year.
All of a sudden he came up to me, I was really stressed because it was, crazy the amount of things you had to think about as a player and stuff. And Paul just came to me, he said, hey, have fun. Just go out and have fun today.
Turns right, 488, reverse at 9. Special on 2. Ready?
I think he had a clarity to things. Even through some of the highs and lows of playing.
Oregon High School head coach Dan Kissling also played with Chryst.
He was, kind of that quiet guy and kind of led by example. He was the guy that was always in there before everybody else. When the lights were off, he was always in the meeting rooms last.
He and the others say Chryst's personality and coaching capacity have always made him an obvious fit for the job.
It would be great to have someone like Paul that's been through it, that understands the tradition of Wisconsin football, to step into that role.
I kind of knew all along he would be there. Now, did I know he'd come back to Wisconsin? No. Am I happy? Yeah.
Again, Jessica Arp reporting Paul Chryst's ties to Madison go back even farther than his playing days with the Badgers.
Yeah, he was born and raised here. A lot of people knew that. Chryst's father, George, coached just down the road from Camp Randall at Edgewood High School. George Chryst was there from 1963 to 1972 before moving on to UW-Platteville. Later on, Paul's own children attended Edgewood, and the school is happy to welcome them back home.
Our tradition here and the legacies that have been left by a lot of people, and Chryst family is definitely one of those. We've got pictures and plaques of George in the hallways here, and have Paul come back and be around. It's great for Edgewood.
There you saw it. You can still find George's mark at Edgewood. Plaques dedicate one of the athletic offices in his name.